I don't believe the myth that growing older is harder, or that as I get older, I can't do anything. Midlife is challenging, and I'm almost hitting 50 in a few months. And so this is going to be a real talk, little chatty video about midlife and just all those things that come along with menopause, change of life. Things are changing. Well, for me, things have changed already. And I think that it's time to really talk and really share about these things. So if you are a midlife woman or a menopausal woman, that you've already been through the change and that you are dealing with midlife, then today is going to be a great video for you. So it's been a while since I've been here in my bedroom chatting with you, and I remember how much we enjoyed having that time together before. So I wanted to be able to share more about midlife and see what you all think about it. If you have any tips, comment and let me know if you are struggling with some of the same things that I'm going to be sharing today. So midlife, what is the deal? I am at a stage in my life where things are constantly changing. I feel the change that is happening around me is definitely different. I feel I'm a different stage of life. I'm almost half a century old, and that feels really scary and thrilling at the same time. It actually is something that I've kind of grown to this point in my life where I feel wiser, I have more maturity. But then again, there's still part of me that is still learning, and I'm still growing, and I am still got a long time to go, right? So almost hitting 50 is a big deal in my eyes because I look back and I'm thinking, wow, how did I get here? I feel like the years have just passed by so fast. So let's talk about the decades first of all. Okay, so when I turned 20, I couldn't wait to turn 20. I was so excited. It was just fresh and brand new, of course. We're just beginning our life at 20, and I was just full of life and full of adventure in my head of all the things I wanted to do and accomplish. And then as I got to 29, I was pregnant with Hadara, my daughter, and I thought, wow, I'm gonna go into my 30s being a new mom and taking on a family and all of that. So my 30s, I felt were so filled with being a young mom and being a busy, tired mom and all of the good things that go along with that. And then I feel like my 40s hit. I remember when I was so excited to hit 40. I have no idea why, but there was just something about hitting 40. I don't know if it was because I felt, wow, it's like a milestone or something. But even though my 40s, I felt like they went really fast uh, compared to my other decades that I've gone through. A lot of change happened in my 40s, and it was such an intense decade. Going from a mom with a child to a teenager to an adult, and then having just that whole empty nester feeling, going through the grieving of going from that stage of my child from her adolescence to adulthood. It was just so fast. And I think that at this point in my life, where I'm now, she's kind of in the middle because she still lives here with us, but yet it's like, okay, I know she's an adult, and I feel like this is such a fun stage I'm going into, being a mom of a young adult or an adult woman. And she is such a joy in my life. Another thing that I'm dealing with is that life is slipping away, but I have goals. I'm looking at what I have accomplished and what things I've done in these first 50 years of my life. And as I'm getting closer to 50, I'm realizing I only have a few months left. So it's not like I'm trying to cram all these things into my first 50 years of my life and all my goals. But then I look at all my disappointments too, and I look at all the things that I haven't accomplished. And let's talk about some of the myths. So some of the myths that I definitely have been thinking about lately as I look at the things that I haven't accomplished and the things that I want to do in my life. I can look at all my failures and say, look, I haven't done what I always wanted to do yet. But then I'm remembered that there are some things that I have done. And so I really think it's important at this moment. And if you have any ideas how to help me too, please share. But I feel like at this moment, it's such a good idea to look at what I have accomplished and make a new goal list for, like the next 5 years, the next year, next decade, right? The next part of my life, which is my 50s, and see how I can accomplish those and know that I'm going to do the most with my time that I've been given to accomplish the goals and dreams and to not stop dreaming, because sometimes we can get discouraged. I know I can get discouraged because there's certain things that haven't happened and I feel like, gosh, should I just give up? Should I just give up hope? But no, I just keep going. And I know that's the perfect way, get up every morning and start afresh, start anew, even though change is going through. And I just live one day at a time because that is where I can find my contentment in living one day at a time. Contentment is where I am at this point, but yet I still have a little struggle with wanting to have more because we need to push ourselves. We need to debunk the myth that growing older is hard. I don't believe that I can't do anything as I get older. In fact, that's what I feel like the lie is. Like as we get older, oh, it's harder, we can't do as much, we're not going to be as healthy, we can't, accomplish as much. But I'm here to say that I'm not going to believe that lie and I'm going to debunk it. So it's a myth in my head and I'm ready to conquer. And just to know that everything that I have found up to this point, whether I've learned, whether I've grown, and I feel like that's why I love gardening so much, because especially now, that's one thing I've always wanted to do is garden my whole life, like really take it on and really get down and dirty, get into the ground and really do it myself. And my husband and I have, done it together, but he really has seen me where I'm the main one. I'm the gardener that has, does everything. And it feels so good to be in that stage where, okay, I've accomplished that and I've learned and I've grown. And then there's other things that I want to do. I almost don't want to cry because I think about these things. I feel like I am at a point in my life where I'm ready to move on and take on and to go and just move into this new decade of the 50s. So let me know in the comments down below, what is one thing, if you're in your midlife era, or one thing that you would love to accomplish, maybe before you reach a certain age or a certain milestone age, or maybe before you have a certain goal for something in your life to accomplish. I'd love to hear the comments down below and any tips that you may have about dealing with midlife anxiety and also midlife changes. I feel like I want to talk a little more about these things every now and then in a nice little fun chatty video like this, and maybe share some of the things that are helping me in my menopausal midlife era. So if you're interested in that type of video, I would do that every so often. Then I would love to share more with you on that. I am in this era and I feel like I want to share more of what is going on in my life. It feels more real, along with my other beautiful homemaking videos and such that you love. I really enjoyed chatting with you today about this subject, and I look forward to seeing you again in my next video. Thank you for watching and have a beautiful day.